real subtitles. So that has to be incorporated into the language too. Now, I came to Star Trek after that, because I started with Star Trek II. But the Klingon for Star Trek the Motion Picture, I found out afterwards, I didn't know this when I was first starting my work, was actually made up by James Doohan, the actor who plays Scotty. And it was spoken by Mark Leonard, who's the actor who normally plays Sarek, Spock's father. But in this film, he was playing the captain, commander of the Klingon ship. So he was the first speaker of Klingon. So I did the best I could and listened to the lines over and over and over again and wrote them down. And those are real Klingon sentences. Those are words. Those are the translations, what they mean. Those are the sounds. If it was a three-syllable Klingon sentence, I kind of imposed a structure on it. I had to decide, okay, it's 3 syllables. Is that 1 word or 2 words or 3 words? And I would just decide that's 2 words. The first 2 syllables are 1 word, and the third one is another word, or the other way around, or just because I had to start someplace. But I also made an inventory of the sounds that were used in there, because all of those sounds in the motion picture also had to be in the language that I was coming up with, because it's the same language. So, for example, one of the phrases in Star Trek the Motion Picture is "we cha." So there's those sounds. I started making a list, an inventory of what the sounds are. So "we cha," there's a w. I'm putting them in different parts of the chart here. There's a e. There's a ch. And the way linguists write that's a number of ways linguists write that, but one of them is C with a little thing on it that's a ch. There's a ah. Okay, so "we cha." I'm writing them all over the place here because I'm going to end up filling out a full chart. Those 4 sounds have to be sounds in the Klingon that I'm coming up with because they were in the original film. So I charted out all the sounds from the original film, and there was some, but not enough. I had to add more to make Klingon be a real language. Otherwise, all the words would sound alike because there'd be so few sounds. So in adding the sounds, I paid attention to a couple of things. One was that according to the script for Star Trek III, Klingon is a guttural language. It says in the script that Krug, who's the main Klingon villain in the film, says in his guttural Klingon, and then there's the line. Well, if Krug is supposed to speak in guttural Klingon, I better add some guttural sounds. So I added a sound and a sound, which is different, and so on. I also intentionally violated some rules of human languages. And what I mean by that is this. Human languages are very patterned. There's no 100% rules, but there's a lot of tendencies, and more likely than nots, and so forth. And certain sounds tend to be together in a language, and certain sounds tend not to be in the same language. So since Klingon is not a human language, it didn't have to follow those human language rules. So I could put sounds together in Klingon that normally would not be in the same language.